we know that the Senate's going to be making changes to the bill, and we know that one major issue that the Senate is really going to have to grapple with is the overall cost. It's set to add roughly $3 trillion to the debt at this point. But some organizations are now warning that the real cost of the bill could be as high as $5 trillion. That's because while some of the tax cuts in the bill are meant to expire by 2029, they're politically popular. And as we've seen in the past, there's a really good chance that lawmakers are going to try to extend those cuts. So if the temporary provisions are extended, the total cost of the bill could come to $5.2 trillion over the next decade. That's according to the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget. Penn Wharton also did a calculation just on the tax portion, and they found that if it was extended, it could add $5.8 trillion to the debt if the cuts are extended. Wharton professor Kent Smetters said once tax cuts are implemented, they tend to be very difficult to get rid of.
We know a lot of these temporary tax cuts will get revisited in just a few years as they expire. And we want to show what is the cost of continuing this problem of constantly renewing these tax cuts over time. And it's going to be much more expensive to do that than just to look at the current House bill on its own.
Several Republican senators have already said that they're not going to be able to support the House bill because they're concerned about how much it adds to the debt. Of course, if you start cutting things, you're going to run into other senators who are opposed to that, and the Senate's going to have to deal with some of the same dynamics that we saw in the House.